So we come to the last of the three images that I wanted to show you, and for this workflow demonstration purposes, it's called workflow_03. You can open it up like before, and if you want to follow along with me, you can activate and deactivate individual layers so you can see this in better resolution at your own pace. So what I wanted to show you with this image, that this is another image that has a lot of potential, but it does require quite a bit of work. But also this is a dark skin model, and like many dark skin models, you can see the skin problems or imperfections in a lot better way, I guess. It's more pronounced. And I think it's not the problem so much with the skin itself. It's not that they have like more harsh skin. I think it has to do with just the pigment. The tonality is darker skin, and that's pretty much like when we have our help for dodging and burning, we lower with the overall luminosity of the image, we darken the image to see better what we're doing. Well, here that's done naturally. That's why you see so many imperfections. And if you wanted to work on those, you could in various methods, but for the most part we're going to be working using dodging and burning. So let me go over what I did for this image. I'm gonna, like before, I'm gonna go onto my first layer. I'm gonna right click and show hide all other layers. So this was the original, where I just did some small cleanup work like this here, nothing major. Then I did some dodging and burning, like always. So what I did in first pass, I fixed the obvious issues. You can see the things that I fixed, and if I alt click or option click on it, you can see it's nothing all that major. It's mostly on the forehead and this under the eye areas and so on. So once I have that fixed, then I use my color to fix the color problems, the color shift. Then I use the second pass of dodging and burning to make the skin more smoother. And if I alt click on that, you can see the areas. But I also didn't want to go over these areas and these areas because I thought I was losing some of the shape, I guess. So I applied some mask to it, gentle one. And then I use some color layer again to fix some of the discoloration. And then I completely darkened the entire image, actually the entire face area with the curve layer. So let's see how the entire dodge and burn group looks like. And you can see how the image is already starting to move in a certain direction. Then I use inverted high pass technique. And I think I'm going to go over that in the next chapter. Just briefly going to introduce you to it. It's a way to smooth out skin and transitions between shadows and highlights. So that's what I use here selectively. And I borrowed from the original again some parts which I thought I lost. And then I darkened her forehead because I realized that this area here and forehead area were a bit brighter than this area here, and I wanted to make them darker so they match the tonality of this main area of the face here. And I added some white highlights. This is basically a blank layer, and I painted with very low opacity some whites on certain areas of the skin just to give it some more shape, nothing more. This is original patches of skin that I borrowed again. Some of these lines here which make her appear like she's smiling a bit. Didn't want to lose that. Did some color layer again to fix another set of problems. So this would be the inverted high pass and some color correction and so on. And then I did some color correction. Actually, before I show you that, I wanted to zoom out to show you this. So basically what I did, I masked out the background and added some white background, mainly because I wanted to separate the subject from the background. You see here the skin color and the background color are very much similar. So because they're similar, there's not much emphasis on the subject itself, on the model itself, and I wanted to really have that. So what I did is, and also to increase the contrast of the image, I just masked out the background and added a solid color adjustment layer. So that means that I can shift the color of it in any way I want with the mask. So that turned the background in white color. I think in one of the videos I explained really quickly how I did that, so if you're really curious. And then I added some color correction here and there, and once I have that under one group, you can see the effect. Then I again did some dodging and burning and some split frequency. I basically just healed a lot on the high pass layer, and we'll see how that works in the next chapter. Basically just to fix some problems with the skin. Then I did some dodging and burning on these areas to just fix that. And then I borrowed some from the original area here where I think I lost the shape of the cheek. Then I added some more dodging and burning on the lips, on the forehead, some more. This was, I think, in very high pass again, just to even out certain parts of the skin to make it more smooth. Then I darkened it a bit with the curves. Then I add some more color. I made this area here brighter because it was getting too dark as opposed to forehead. And then I added some final touches. This was some more dodging and burning, I believe. Then I added some more color adjustment and tonal adjustments. And then at the end I just kind of lowered parts of it, and I mean the highlights, and I borrowed some original texture as well to make it into a final image. And this was the final touches folder, and this was the before and after of the entire image. So that's how you can, I guess, see in the best light what I did with an image. Now you can see basically all the individual smaller decisions that I made, and maybe that can help you in your own workflow or in your own process of thinking on how are you going to approach an image, how are you going to fix problems, what happens if you go too far, what happens if you like the other versions more better. So hopefully this will help you.